Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So in this video, we simply want to talk about Zenyatta. We've already gone over the changes from the PTR patch, so we won't do that again here. If you have missed these changes, do check the video out on screen now to see what has changed and to catch up with everything. As for what we'll be bringing you in this video in regards to Zen, we'll be talking about the impact of his changes, what aspects of the games they affect, and if we think Zen has had a bit too much of a buff on that. But let's get straight into it and start with how exactly Zenyatta's problems have been solved.
The issue with Zenyatta was always that you simply couldn't unleash his full potential due to being so very brittle. No movement abilities nor defensive abilities and a low health pool resulted in a lot of deaths and a borderline worthless hero a lot of the time. Zenyatta's potential never went unnoticed though, and some high level teams really put together compositions that used to rely on the Discord and Harboring Orb doing a lot of work, with the ultimate also being incredibly powerful if coordinated correctly. So after the pre-launch nerfs to Zenyatta, he became a hero with a lot of potential damage and healing that never got to be used to its full extent. The community asked for buffs and Blizzard delivered. Originally, people mainly asked for a health buff and a defensive ability. The health boost to 200 was implemented, but so was a bunch of other stuff.
So Zenyatta got a health buff, an ultimate buff which we'll go over in a second, as well as the speed of his Discord and Harmony orbs buffed as well, meaning that the time between selecting your target and the orb travelling over to them has been greatly reduced. Applying the Discord orb faster means that you and your allies can start shooting the enemy faster and deal more damage in the long run. The Harmony Orb speed also means that Zenyatta's ability to quickly save an ally in trouble has also been increased. The ultimate itself was already strong but is now even stronger with the increased healing and speed on Transcendence. And Zenyatta will also die less due to the HP buff. So now instead of having a hero that was really inconsistent and unreliable, he now is a lot more consistent with his healing, his survivability, and has much more potential to shine. Blizzard have already mentioned these changes though, so they may knock Zenyatta down a peg or two and make him a little bit weaker for when these changes hit the live servers.
So in case you missed it, the Overwatch devs and Twitch streamer Star streamed on Twitch a few days ago. They talked a bit about Zenyatta on that stream, and it seems like he might be put down to 175 HP instead of 200 actually. Along with this possible nerf down the line, they've also reduced Zenyatta's damage a little bit in the PTR client already. Maybe this is the balance change that the hero needs, but I still feel like they've gone from trying to get a hero back into the meta to buffing him just a bit too much. Either way, it's interesting to see Blizzard make these type of drastic changes, as they said they would be more careful with balance changes after the beta. Personally, I love it though, as it creates more discussion and makes the game more interesting overall, and if that interesting means imbalance in testing, then so what? The PTR is great for testing this sort of stuff, and I guess we'll see where Zenyatta ends up next week, but right now I at least think he's a little bit too strong. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Should Zenyatta be nerfed a bit, or is he in a good spot at the moment, or should he even be buffed more? I don't know, let us know.
Before we conclude this video, I want to quickly discuss the ultimate changes, as we've gone over changing the ultimate drastically in previous videos and in other discussions. The reason why a lot of people wanted to change the ultimate drastically is that people found Zenyatta to be a backline support. He would do damage and heal from a distance, but then had an ultimate that forced him to get into the middle of fights to be effective. The speed boost definitely helps with this. Not only is it goddamn hilarious to watch, but it also allows you to get into the fight as well as out before the duration of the ultimate is over. I think there are other options Blizzard could have taken with this which would have been much more interesting, but I do believe that the speed change deals with the major problem here. It's also difficult for Blizzard to make drastic changes to ultimates, as they would have to be communicated with the community, and if it wouldn't work they'd have to change it back and everything would just be a mess and a bit disappointing. You get the idea. Maybe we'll see some heroes majorly reworked in the future though, who knows. But it would be cool to see them risk something new in case the meta feels stale. We've seen some really straightforward changes to D.Va, but they have made a great impact on the hero. But for Zenyatta, I do feel that we're good on the Transcendence ult at least.
So just to summarize real quick, I'm gonna run through the general consensus of this video. Zenyatta was weak, but is now incredibly strong and maybe a bit too strong instead of balanced. This may have just been a little bit of a mistake though, as it's hard to know how well certain players will play Zenyatta, making it hard to know to what extent his potential and abilities will be able to be used. Either way, we think it might have gone a little bit too far this time.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. We're hopefully going to be doing discussion videos on all of the new heroes and changes that are coming out, so do look out for those and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, why don't you follow us on Twitter or WCentral? It's the best way to keep up to date with when we're streaming and what our general plans are to do stuff, so do check that out if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time.